everyone, welcome to Minimal Mindful Mama. I'm Katie Mixon and I love making and sharing videos about sustainable living, minimalism, and motherhood. I'm super excited to share today's video with you. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite easy sustainable swaps that you can make for the fall season.
I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, when it's dark. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter.
I'm so excited to share this video with you. There's a lot of products out there that are marketed as sustainable, and some of them are amazing and some of them are either not as sustainable as they claim to be or just don't really work as well as their non-sustainable counterpart, which is fine, and we're not always going to be able to achieve the same level with something that we are endeavoring to create sustainably. However, there are some really amazing companies out there making very innovative products, and so as I test out and try different things, I make a list of all my absolute favorite ones that are just brilliant. And so I'm really excited to share with you my favorite sustainable swaps that you can make this fall. The first sustainable swap that I have for you today is a Stojo reusable cup. So they are small enough to keep in your purse and have with you on the go. And as it's fall time now and many of us are enjoying our pumpkin spice lattes, I really wanted to include this in the video. Some coffee shops will let you bring your own reusable cup, and this is a really great option because you can just keep it with you since it collapses so small, and it's really easy to always have with you on the go for if you stop for coffee. So it just comes apart very easily. You unscrew the lid and pull out the cup, and then you can add this little ring for stability as well as so you don't burn yourself. And then you can put the lid back on. The lid has a little piece that you can lift up to drink out of and then put back. And then to collapse it and put it away, you just do the same thing in reverse. And then you can seal it back with a lid to stick it in your bag so that you can bring it home and wash it. I love that the Stojo reusable cup comes in different colors and sizes and is made out of silicone. I think that it is a very clever idea, and I've loved having that in my bag with me on the go in addition to my reusable straws for the times when I am at a place that will let me bring and use my own cup.
Gonna let the sun shine in today.
The second easy sustainable switch that I wanted to talk about is for if you live in an area where all the leaves fall in the autumn. We live in a climate with 4 seasons, and many people around us seem to rake up their leaves and then put them in black plastic trash bags and put them by the curb for yard waste pickup. Personally, I don't mind letting the leaves just stay in the grass as that's how it is meant to be in nature. But if you live in a neighborhood and you don't want the leaves to be blowing into your neighbor's yards and be inconsiderate if that is something that they care about, I have another really good option for you. So what we like to do is we will put the bag on our lawnmower and we will lawnmower over our raked up leaf piles, and then we empty the bag into our compost. Not only is this a much more sustainable way to dispose of your leaves than putting them in plastic, but if your compost is hungry enough, which ours usually is, it's a really helpful way to decompose those leaves and also provide yourself with amazing compost for the next year.
Trying to make this
The third product I want to share with you I am so excited about. This is a newer product from the company Blueland. I've been using Blueland's dishwasher detergent for a few months now and have been very happy with it and with the brand. And so when it came out with these new cleaning items, I was really excited to check them out. So this says that this cloth can replace 1,500 paper towels. Now, I've tried different options of reusable paper towels in the past. I've tried some bamboo ones that came on a roll that you would rinse out and in the sink and could then dry and reuse. And they were supposed to last longer than regular paper towels. I've also been using traditional paper towels that are made of recycled materials or from bamboo. And I also use just good old-fashioned rags and dishcloths as well. I didn't like the waste aspect of the traditional paper towels, even if they were being made with recycled materials. And the rags worked pretty well. They're a very sustainable and easy option. And the reusable paper towels, I wasn't so much a fan of. I felt like they were too thin and they fell apart very easily. They weren't very absorbent. And for people who aren't used to using sustainable products, I felt like it wasn't very intuitive and people would be frustrated trying to use them if they were used to regular paper towels. So when I saw this on Blueland, I was really intrigued and excited to try it out. So I'm going to insert some B-roll here of how amazing these things are. They can absorb so much. I was amazed. They feel kind of stiff when they are not wet, but then they soften up into a cloth when they are soaked in water. And they are dishwasher safe and machine washer safe. So you can actually use this like a paper towel and then stick it in the dishwasher with your other dishes to sanitize it. I love this idea. I think it is absolutely brilliant, and I was so excited to get a pack of 3 of these to use, and I wanted to share this with everyone because I have been so impressed by them.
I'll paint with colors and
Another product that I've been loving from Blueland is actually their hand soap. So this is their hand soap. It is a little tablet that comes in this little compostable wrapper, and you can buy this with a dispenser, and then afterwards you just can purchase the refills. So all you do is drop the little tablet in and fill it up with water, and it dissolves into the water and becomes hand soap. They also have a really nice scents. They have an iris agave, a lavender, and a lemon for their standard scents. They also had some special garden ones this summer, such as mandarin or bergamot rose. And last year around the holidays, they had a holiday scent pack which included gingerbread, peppermint, and pine, which were some of my favorites. I love the low footprint of this, as they just ship you these small little lightweight tablets to refill your hand soap. I love that it's much better for you than traditional grocery store hand soap. And I love that the wrappers are compostable as well, so that they are plastic free. So if you've never heard of Blueland before, or perhaps you haven't tried one of these products of theirs, I highly recommend the company as well as the products. I've been very impressed by the quality and the sustainability as
till
well.
my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in.
Another easy sustainable swap that you can make for fall is switching to wool dryer balls rather than dryer sheets. I did this a while back and I've been very happy with the results. Dryer sheets never really seemed to work for me. They always stuck to the clothes and didn't seem to remove the static as much as they were supposed to, as well as being extremely toxic to humans and animals as well. Wool dryer balls, however, seem to do a much better job. They also are not scented and so are much less toxic. And because they're reusable, you can toss them in your dryer time and time again and not be using a single-use product. If you live somewhere where it gets cold in the fall and winter months, you perhaps don't want to be hanging your laundry outside to dry, which would be considered the most sustainable option. And so if you are going to be using a dryer, I definitely recommend switching to those wool dryer balls instead of traditional dryer sheets.
And I will leave my windows open.
Another easy, sustainable swap that you can make this fall, as we all love our cozy fall sweaters, is to shop those sweaters secondhand. So I've been finding some really good sweaters at my local thrift store. I personally prefer cotton sweaters to the feel of wool or cashmere. So I like to check the labels and just make sure that the sweaters are cotton. And that's an easy way to check for the quality as well. If they include acrylic or polyester or rayon, those are all plastic-based fabrics, and so you can easily test the quality of a garment without even bringing it home simply by looking at the fabric tag. However, I know some people do really enjoy wool and cashmere as well, and those can be rather pricey, and so shopping for them secondhand is an awesome option, as well as giving a second life to those items that someone else has passed on. So definitely check your local thrift stores, as well as you could try Poshmark or Mercari or Facebook Marketplace, or even ThredUp as an easy way to shop online for those sweaters secondhand. I've found some really cute and cozy ones that I've been so happy with, and so I encourage you to take a look before you go and purchase new sweaters. Part of the fun is in the treasure hunt, and if you're like me and love thrifting, I think that this is a really fun and affordable option.
I can hear the sound of people talking.
Another fun and semi-easy sustainable swap I have for fall is to use the pumpkins that you've used for decor and turn them into pumpkin pies or pumpkin puree. If your neighbors have decorated with pumpkins, you can even collect theirs as well. The only thing you need to make sure of is that there is not bugs or mold, or that the pumpkin is not rotted. If the pumpkin has been carved, sometimes if it's been out for a day or two, this may be the case. But if the pumpkin has not been carved, they usually last a good amount of time outside in the chillier air. So a really simple way to use them is simply to wash the pumpkin and then cut it in half, scooping out the seeds. And then I like to sprinkle the inside with some cinnamon, and then you just bake it in the oven. You can do this at 350, or you can up the temperature if you want the process to go a bit faster. And you just bake the pumpkin until the flesh is soft. You can test this by poking it with a fork, and then you can scrape the flesh from the skin and then blend it or mix it into a puree. You can then use this pumpkin puree to make soups or pumpkin pie, just as you would canned pumpkin puree. And you can also freeze it so that you can have lots of pumpkin puree to enjoy all winter long. If you're able to do this with multiple pumpkins, for instance, if you collect some that your neighbors are finished with, you could even go ahead and puree them yourself and then gift those back to your friends or to your neighbors as a really cozy and special homemade fall treat.
Blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open.
Another swap that I've made and have been really enjoying that isn't necessarily specific to fall, since I am weird and drink hot coffee all year round, but we switched to a French press. So we used to have a Keurig, and I didn't like how unsustainable that was, purchasing and using the little plastic pods. So we had ended up getting the reusable pods and using that for a while as well. But then I invested in a French press. I love the French press because it brews a really nice, good quality, strong cup of coffee. I like my coffee really strong, but you can obviously adjust how strong the coffee will be by how much of the coffee grounds that you put in and the ratio of that to your boiling water. While it sounds fancy, it really isn't at all complicated. It's very simple to use. You simply pour the coffee grounds into the bottom of it. You boil some water and pour the hot water over the coffee grounds. You then put the lid on top and let it brew for a few minutes. Depending on your taste, when the coffee has steeped for a few minutes, you then gently press the top part down, and it filters the coffee grounds down to the bottom, and you're left with a pot of fresh coffee on the top. You can then gently pour out the coffee, and when the pot is empty, you can compost the coffee grounds. I used to be really intimidated by the idea of a French press because it sounded very difficult and I wasn't sure how they even worked. But now that I have one, I am thrilled with it. I've actually been rather unsatisfied with coffee from other places, so fair warning. But I'm so happy with my French press, which I actually got from the brand Mira, and it is a completely stainless steel French press, and I think that it's super cute as well. So I'll have them linked below, and I'll have all the products that I mentioned in this video linked down in the description box as well. If you're enjoying this video so far, please hit the like button right now. It helps me out so much. And if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. I have new videos coming out on a weekly basis and sometimes bonus videos as well. So if you enjoy videos about sustainable living, minimalism, motherhood, or decluttering tips and tricks, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and you can ring the bell so that you'll get notified whenever I post a new video.
My eyes so I can see the light.
The ninth item that I have to share with you, as fall is usually a time when the kids are going back to school, or perhaps you are just simply starting a new schedule or wanting to be more budget friendly and pack your own lunch to bring to work with you. We have been really enjoying these containers by Ukon Serve. They are stainless steel and the tops are made from silicone, and they are extremely durable, which I have been very happy with. We've used any number of reusable plastic or glass containers in the past, and these are the best ones that I have tried. They come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors. There are square ones that come with dividers to be more like a bento box if that is more your style, and there's rectangular ones as well. I've been enjoying this smaller size for my kids because it is the perfect size to fill with vegan mac and cheese or fruit or whatever snack or lunch that I am sending them to school with that day. I love Ukon Serve's commitment to sustainability and wanting to create durable and reusable products for people to use, and so I highly recommend both their products and their company.
I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly.
The final thing that I want to share with you today, I'm sure I have mentioned in the past, but as we are entering the fall and winter cozy seasons, I absolutely love making soups. I love to have soup for lunch or for dinner on a cold, chilly day. There's something just so cozy about that. But I don't always have the time to be working on a big pot of soup all day, and so I like to make large pots and then freeze the remainder that we don't eat that night, so that I'll perhaps have 2 or 3 more nights worth of meals out of that one pot of soup. This way I'm able to rotate flavors of soup as well, which can be really helpful if the people in your family get bored by having the same meal day after day. The best thing that I have found for freezing the soup in is by stasher bags. They have these gallon size bags that are the perfect size for a family size serving of soup. They also seal very nicely. I've tried other brands of these reusable silicone bags before, and they've never really sealed very well, or if they did seal, then after a few washes they didn't seem to seal quite as well. But I have been so happy with my stasher bags. They are the best quality, and I wish that I had just gone ahead and invested in those in the first place rather than trying out so many different off-brands that I ended up not liking nearly as much. So if you're on the fence about trying stasher bags or a different brand, I highly recommend just going with the stasher brand. I really like that I can put my soups in these and freeze them, and then simply pull one out and defrost it when I want that flavor of soup for dinner. And then you can just toss it into the dishwasher to clean it and have it to use again the next time you make a soup. So that is 10 of my favorite sustainable swaps that, in my opinion, are somewhat easy to achieve for the fall season. Let me know in the comments which of these swaps you're most intrigued by, and let me know if you have a favorite easy swap that you can make to be more sustainable that goes along perhaps with the fall season. I love to hear all your ideas and recommendations, so be sure to drop a comment down below. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram at Minimal Mindful Mama. We have a great community of Minimal Mindful Mamas going over there with lots of great tips and tricks to share. I love making new friends, so I would love to see you over there as well. Happy fall, and I'll see you in the next video.
Oh, I will open up.